Every business wants good customer reviews. Every customer wants a good experience. So what happens when both sides click? Or in some cases, when they don't? From Yelp and Entrepreneur Media, this is Behind the Review.
Behind the review, dig deeper too. Behind the review, get all the news. Food, flowers, fixing, make business boom. Behind the review, dig deeper too.
I'm Emily Washkovic, Yelp small business expert. Behind the Review features conversations with business owners and customers who wrote one of their Yelp reviews. In our discussions, we talk about lessons they've learned that can be used by other businesses to improve their own reviews and their bottom line. This week, we have Roseanne, General Manager of Think Greek, recently featured on the Food Network show Best Bite in Town, and winning the title for Best Bite in Town. Today's episode is a little different. Instead of having a reviewer recount their experience of the business, as we normally do, we're going to ask Roseanne to tell us about a different side of the business. She has unique experiences attending food events and being featured on this Food Network show. I'm thrilled to have her on to give us an inside scoop on what the journey has been like and all the challenges and successes they've experienced since they were last on the show. I'm also going to link their original episode in the show notes. Roseanne, let me hand it over to you. Take us through what a whirlwind 2024 has been for you so far.
My name is Roseanne. I am the general manager of Think Greek Restaurant and Think Greek Mobile Kitchen. We are a family-owned restaurant and mobile kitchen in Port St. Lucie, Florida. We are independently owned. We are not a franchise. And we do generational authentic recipes, but also we do a Greek fusion menu, which sets us apart from other Greek restaurants. We started as a food truck in 2014. We went everywhere, all over the state of Florida. We went to all the way up to Orlando, Miami. We even went out west. We are originally from Astoria, New York, which, if anyone is familiar with Astoria, it has a heavy, heavy Greek population. We are first generation Greek Americans. So we knew when we started the food truck in 2014, that is what we wanted to do. But we didn't want to do regular Greek food like the classics, which we do. We wanted to also incorporate a fusion menu, coming up with different items that people haven't heard before.
I love the innovation. I feel like people are always searching for new foods and experiences. So I can definitely see why Think Greek's fusion menu resonates with customers. Roseanne, tell me a bit about the unique items that you put on your menu. How do you think your decision to create unique menu items has opened doors for you?
We came up with something on the truck called our Euro Pitacchia. So it literally translates into like little Euro pie. We came up with that and it just took off on the truck. And then when we got the brick and mortar, that was always a fan favorite. And it was something that we are really proud of because it's something that we came up with and no one else has. So when we got the opportunity, one day we just received an email saying, "Hey, do you guys want to participate in South Beach Wine and Food Fest that Food Network and Cooking Channel was putting on in Miami?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's cool." What we were thinking to ourselves, what should we showcase? And we knew that the Euro Pitacchia, the Greek wonton, would be a fan favorite because it's so different but so familiar at the same time that people are drawn to it. So we participated in 2020. That was our first right before COVID hit. That was our first South Beach Wine and Food Fest. And we brought our Eurobitaki, our Greek wonton, and we went up against it's a little bit of a competition of everybody, the festival goers, who tries the best bite while they're there and they get to vote. And we won in 2020 Best Bite on the Beach, going up against all these great chefs from down south in Miami, and our little Europitakia won for Best Bite on the Beach.
Ugh, I bet winning that title felt amazing, especially knowing that you guys created those menu items yourself and gave them that traditional fun twist of yours. It must have been such a great moment to be recognized for your hard work and your creativity. And that wasn't your last time it was recognized, was it?
We went back again, and the same thing happened. We won again. And it was just an incredible feeling because this is something that we came up with. It wasn't anybody else's recipe. It was our brainstorming just one day on the food truck. And we were like, let's try something different. So you can definitely find different things on our menu that you won't find anywhere else.
I love that. And congratulations again. So tell us more about this South Beach Wine and Food Fest. Who was there? What was it like being a part of the festival totally dedicated to food?
So a lot of the Food Network chefs definitely go to that event. Guy Fieri, we see Jeffrey Zakarian. It's just a lot of well-known faces on Food Network that you see, and you're like, wow, he's there and she's there, and you're like starstruck. And we were in the Goya Tasting Village. So basically what the Goya Tasting Village is, I couldn't even imagine how many booths that are set up. And now the festival usually runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We usually went on a Sunday, and we would set up our booth along with hundreds of other chefs and restaurants, and all the festival goers, they come to all the booths and they get a little bite and a little taste of what each restaurant is all about. And there are many restaurants that participate in this South Beach Wine and Food Fest, and it's just a great experience to get to know other chefs from different restaurants that are not necessarily in your area and share your dishes with them. And it's just a camaraderie. And you're there like the whole day, 10 hours, and you're next to two different chefs in two different restaurants.
It sounds like such a great experience, but also obviously super hectic and busy as well. How was your experience attending the festival? Do you think you would recommend something like that to other restaurant owners in Florida, or honestly any restaurant that has access to festivals in their area?
It's really a fun event to see everybody coming together because everybody loves food. And everybody has a really great time at these events. Like they are really cool, and if you guys haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend going at least once. And all different types of parties that you can go to. So the Tasting Village is just one part of this whole festival, this 3-day event. So you can do cooking classes, you can do shows, and the cooking classes are led by all these great Food Network chefs, and it's just a really great experience. If you love food, then I would definitely go to one of these events. We are honored to have gotten the invitations for the consecutive years after that. We did it because we want to get our name out there. We want the opportunity that we get to go to a place like South Beach Wine and Food Fest, where all the heavy hitters are. We want them to know who Think Greek is. We want them to see that we're not just doing classic Greek food, that we are actually taking Greek flavors that we grew up with and making something different and not just going with the flow. So that was a big reason why we wanted to do it for all those years. We did it for 2 or 3 years, and we wanted to do it because a lot of people don't come to Port St. Lucie, Florida, that will come to the South Beach Wine and Food Fest. And we wanted to put our names out there and be recognized.
And you did it. It's so inspiring what you were able to accomplish through the festival. And it really shows how important it is for businesses to put themselves out there and be open to new experiences or collaborations in their area. I know it can be difficult, but it's important for business owners to take risks and take advantage of opportunities. You never know where they can lead you. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. The IKEA Business Network is now open for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Join for free today to get access to interior design services to help you make the most of your workspace and take your brick and mortar to the next level. They also have employee well-being benefits to help you and your people grow, and amazing discounts on travel, insurance, and IKEA purchases, deliveries, and more. Take your small business to the next level when you sign up for the IKEA Business Network. And it's free, so sign up today at ikea.us/business-network. Again, that's ikea.us/business-network. Think Greek took on another challenge, and it aired this year. Think Greek was featured in season 1 of a new Food Network show called Best Bite in Town, starring Noah Kapp. Roseanne, what was the process of getting on the show like?
It was November in 2022, and we received an email, and it said Best Bite in Town. So that's the name of the show, Best Bite in Town. It's a brand new show. This was its first season. And at first, I was like, is this a scam? I mean, you just get an email out of the blue. But then I looked at the email address, and it was from the production company. It wasn't like a random Gmail or Yahoo account. And I was like, wow, this is real. So I spoke with the representative from the production company, and she's like, hey, we're doing a new show. It's kind of a spin-off of Triple D, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and it's going to be a Guy Fieri show. And this was our dream. We wanted to be on Food Network, but more specifically, we wanted to be on Triple D. So this was like, oh my God, so exciting. She gave me homework and she's like, oh, you can do it in 48 hours. I did it in 12. I was so excited. She's like, okay, so here's the premise of the show. Guy is going to send out 3 of his friends. In our episode, it was Noah Kapp from Carnival Eats, Joe Sasto from a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of Guy Fieri show. He's on Guy's Grocery Games. He's on Tournament of Champions. And Artie Sequeira from Artie Party. They would come to a specific town and they would split up and go to 6 restaurants. So 2 restaurants each. They would try out the 2 dishes from each restaurant and pick which restaurant had the best bite in town and which dish out of the 2 from that restaurant.
How cool! It really was a dream come true for you. That whole process must have been full of new and exciting things. Tell me a little bit more about what it was like and the experience overall. I bet everyone wants to know what it's like behind the scenes of a reality cooking show.
We were picked in the 6 in our town, and we are all mom and pops. We are all independently owned family businesses, which I love. And we actually go to these restaurants. So I know we were definitely in good company with the food. So Joe was our mentor, and he was from start to finish. It was just such an awesome experience. Everybody made us feel so comfortable and so welcomed, and because we've never done something like this before. I cannot speak more highly than I already do about this experience, because from start to finish, it was just one of the best experiences we have had. And all the people were just amazing. We met Guy Fieri was there, and Noah Kapp and Joe Sasto and Artie Sequeira. Everybody was, and the production company, everything, just awesome people, and made us feel so comfortable. So they picked the 6 restaurants. They narrowed it down to 3, and those 3 went to the finale of the show. And of those 3, we had 3 judges. We made it to the finale with our Gyro Pitacchia. So we were one of the 3 in the finale. And then we had three judges. We had three judges, and they tasted all of our food, and it was based on craveability, presentation, and taste. And I am proud to say that we were named the best bite in town for our Europitakia. I will say it once and I will say it a million times about about this show and about this experience. We were indefinitely in good company with the other restaurants. 100%.
Amazing. That is no small feat. Being surrounded by renowned chefs, you must have received a lot of feedback. What were your biggest takeaways? I'm curious, do you know what it was that made your Eurotipakia the best bite in town?
Well, the biggest takeaway was that they said that they've never had this before, this one, our dish. And that totally justified everything that we were doing and made us feel so good because you can only come to us to get it. And that's what we strive for every day. And since the show, we have been absolutely insane with making these Europitakia because everybody wants to try them. And that's amazing. But when they said that I can definitely crave this and I would come to, it's only your location that you can get this, that really made us feel all the hard work and energy and brainstorming and everything is working and is paying off because sometimes as a family owned business and as a mom and pop, you get overlooked a little bit sometimes and it's disheartening sometimes, but to hear that our efforts are not being ignored really does give us an oomph, give us like that energy to keep pushing forward and wanting to do new things. Like we want to do, we want to look beyond the restaurant and do new things as well.
Positive feedback can be so encouraging. I'm glad the novelty of your dish was recognized by both the professionals and your customers. You said that you've been making that dish nonstop since the show. I'm sure after being on TV, you're also getting comments and messages. With all that additional visibility and traffic and people wanting to try stuff, you must be getting both positive and negative feedback. What's that been like, getting more people's feedback and opinions?
You can't please everybody, and that's okay. And that's fine. Some comments are less than nice, and that's fine. I'm that If that's your opinion, everybody's entitled to their opinion. All I know is that we're trying our best and we're putting out the food the way we put out our food. Yes, after the show, we have become insanely busy. We're only human. We have fantastic staff, and they are trying as hard as they can to keep up with the demand. And like I said, we're only human, and I cannot be expected, and we cannot be expected to work like machines because we're not. We try, and that's all I can do. If we can only do our best, and yeah, so yeah, that's it. You can't please everybody. You're not going to. That's the hardest thing to do in life, is to please 100% of the people. But if people come in and do have a good experience and they like our food, which we've been getting more positive than negative feedback, so that's we appreciate each and every one of our customers that have been there since day one. Some of our customers have been there since 2014, our food truck days. And now we are welcoming in a new set of customers that might not have known that we were there.
Can you share a little bit of advice for how you juggle it all? I know you're a family operation and there's a lot of relatives and family as a part of the team, but there's also the employees and they're responsive and live on social media as well. Do you have any advice for how you manage your time and your work-life balance?
It's just myself and Stella running the show. She runs a day to day in the restaurant. I run the behind the scenes. It's tough, but you have to slow down a little bit and you have to take it day by day. And I want to say, gosh, this whole week has just been insane. And you just have to slow down and get organized and try to prioritize your day. You do the best you can. This is what I'm doing, and this is what we're doing. Just the best that we can. The day after, it was very overwhelming with all the tags, overwhelming in a good way. All the tags, all the comments, the love. And I was like, I need to step away from social media for 10 minutes. I have to put my phone down because it was just every time I looked, it was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling of well wishes, and it's amazing. And don't it was just a little overwhelming to pick up my phone and see 400 messages, but we just take it day by day, minute by minute. Actually, we just handle it as best we can.
That's such great advice. One last question for you. A lot of businesses out there might not think big opportunities like being on Food Network are possible. You were able to go on a Guy Fieri show, even after feeling like it wouldn't be attainable. Would you be able to give our listeners advice on promoting their business and getting opportunities to get their business out there?
Sometimes I'm just like, wow, I can't believe it. But people should never say never. Anything is possible. Some days you want to give up, but keep going because this is your baby. This is your dream. This is your opportunity to show what you're made of. Just get yourself out there, do the events, do the social media. Social media is a lot. People think, oh, I'm not going to do hashtags. Hashtags, people follow hashtags, and they get seen by people that you don't even know that are looking at them. Social media videos, especially if you're in the food industry, videos, TikTok, these people eat with their eyes. They want to see you making things from scratch. They want to see, oh, this is what they do in that restaurant. Oh, maybe on my next road trip, because we're conveniently located between Miami and Disney and Orlando. So on their road trip up from Miami, or people that are from up north and going down to Miami, oh, let me stop at that restaurant. I know that some people think you're vulnerable because people will be like, oh, I don't like, that's not how we do it. But that's okay because nobody has to do everything the same way. If you don't like the way I do it, that's okay. You'll find somewhere else that does. But getting yourself out there and being not afraid of the bad comments, just do it and just get your name out there. It really just it's consistency. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Just get yourself out there and just take the chances. That's it. We've just been very blessed and thankful for this opportunity. And we are grateful, blessed for our customers, blessed for our regulars, blessed, just beyond thankful and blessed for everything. We try our best. That's all I can say is we try our best to do everything that we can for our customers and our restaurant and to make it a
Yeah.
great place to go.
And that concludes our episode. I hope you enjoyed it and were able to take a thing or two away to implement in your own life. Whether it's a new idea that you can bring back to your business or a fresh perspective on how to be a positive influence as a consumer, we share these stories to inspire and create more meaningful connections in your local community.